All right, good evening, everybody. I just wanted to make a quick video just to kind of go through a few things to help try to clear some things up. We're going to take a look at a couple of student schedules. We'll go through what it's going to look like for a 100% virtual student as well as a hybrid student. Obviously, depending on the day that they're going to attend school. So let's go ahead and look at Julia Pearl here. Julia is in eighth grade, and obviously she wouldn't be coming until Thursday because of where her last name lands in the alphabet. And with that said, on Tuesday, okay, her schedule is going to look something like this. On that Tuesday, okay, she doesn't have anything to do in the morning because the teachers are going to be taking care of the students that are in person from 8:35 in the morning until 11:45, and then they're going to have their lunch. And then when they come back, we're going to have all of our students that had first hour. They're going to attend first hour at 1 o'clock. So any student that was in person that day for first hour is also going to go home. They're going to jump on to the Google Meet from 1 o'clock to 1:30. This means that Miss Isabella here would have to jump on as well in her first hour class from 1 to 1:30. Then she would go to her second hour from 1:40 to 2:10, and then her third hour from 2:20 to 2:50. This is where they're going to meet all of their classmates. They're going to meet their teachers, and they're going to have a couple of icebreaker activities to take care of that they may do on their asynchronous days, which would be that Wednesday and that Friday. If you take a look here, okay, with Julia's schedule, okay, I'm sorry, Isabella is her sister, so I apologize for that. Julia's schedule here, if you take a look, she would then, that first hour in the afternoon, she's going to be meeting with Mr. Carley, his U.S. history class. So anybody that he had in person is also, like I said before, going to log back in at that 1 o'clock. Julia is going to log in at 1 o'clock and meet all of her classmates. She's going to go to her second hour and then her third hour. She will not, or I guess her third hour is her advisory. So she really doesn't have to meet when you're at home for advisory. Advisory isn't going to be taken care of virtually. Okay. So if you're a 100% virtual student, or if you are a hybrid student and your advisory lands on an hour that you're supposed to meet, that's going to be a lunch period for you or a break period. You guys will not have to attend for an in-person activity or anything for advisory time. All advisory is a homeroom period, really, for us to kind of check in on your student. We're going to be talking about the Positivity Project, doing some different activities in there with the Positivity Project, as well as having our student announcements once those get up and running. That's when students will be viewing the student announcements during that time. And then this is kind of a time for teachers to kind of check on a student. If Julia was struggling with a class, Miss Snay could kind of point her in the right direction to get her some extra help if needed, or kind of be that person that Julia could go to if she needed some extra assistance. If you take a look here, for our 100% virtual students, anybody that's 100% virtual, what I need you to do tomorrow is you're going to log in to your first hour class. In order to log in, for any student that's at home, whether you're a 100% virtual or a hybrid student, you're going to go to your Schoology page. You're going to click on your first hour, and your teacher should have uploaded in their weekly agenda a link to a Google Meet that you would be able to click on, and then you'd be able to join their meeting at 8:35. So an individual that has 100% virtual, you're going to click on your first hour teacher. 8:35, you guys will log in, and you're going to basically go through every single class. The reason it says third hour or advisory, or fourth hour and advisory, or fifth hour and advisory is because depending on what grade you're in, you're either going to have a class or you're going to have advisory. When we get to a full schedule, your advisory period is always going to be backed up with your lunch. So if we take a look here, when we did the scheduling, We're going to go to the Bell schedule real quick. In a full day schedule, your eighth graders are going to have, instead of a third hour, they're going to have advisory and then lunch. Okay. That means that sixth graders and seventh graders are still going to have a third hour class. If you take a look here. And obviously, these are full day schedules. Under a half day schedule, it's a little bit different. We don't have lunch, so you're either going to your third hour class or you're going to your advisory time if you're an in-person student. If you are a virtual student or a hybrid student at home on Tuesday, if you are anybody but the beginning of the alphabet there, the A through D's, you guys will not have to meet during this advisory time. Remember, this advisory time, we're only going to be doing face-to-face. You will be, you will have access to the Positivity Project stuff under Schoology. We will have a folder open for you guys to be able to access any of the activities that are taking place in person. If there's something that you guys want to watch or check out that was done that day, those things will be available to you in the Schoology folder under the Positivity Project. Now, if you are an individual that is going to school and you are in person on Tuesday, let's say that you are in person, A through D, and then the select few that we've already talked to that are supposed to be coming that day because of siblings or other cohorts that you were part of. You guys will be attending class. You're going to go to all of your classes, first through seventh hour, from 8:35 to 11:45. But then in the afternoon, when you get home, you're expected to log back in from 1 o'clock to 1:30 for your first hour, second hour from 1:40 to 2:20, and then your third hour from 2:30 to 2:50. Okay, in order to do so, you go to your Schoology page, you click on your first hour teacher. They will have that hyperlink for you to click on to join that Google Meet, and then you will jump on and join the rest of your class. Because remember, only 25% of the students are coming to the building on Tuesday, which means that we need to meet everybody. We want to make sure that you see everybody in your class, you know who's in there, because if we are able to get to 50%, which is our goal, or even to 100%, later on down the road, we want to make sure that we obviously know each other, we know the teachers, and we know what to expect. One thing that I do want to point out, when you guys are looking at your schedules, a lot of questions are coming up about your schedules and whether it's built out for the year. It is not built out for the year. We honestly just built quarter one for right now. It's 10 weeks. So if there is a class that you do not like or that you did not expect to have, I do apologize. We'll do everything that we can to take a look at that and see what we can do. However, the possibility of moving into another class is very small because we cannot keep moving students around because it just trickulates down and we end up moving multiple pieces to a puzzle that was hard to put together in the first place. This quarter one is only 10 weeks. After quarter one, we are going to look at what we can do for quarter two. We're going to build it out. There are going to be some of your exploratory classes that will change. And then our hope is at the end of semester one, we're able to kind of take a look in January and see where we're at and, determine whether we can go back to our traditional schedule that we had built at the end of June, or if we continue to build quarter by quarter, just because we want to make sure that we're able to be fluid with this and we're able to kind of move things around if needed. The teachers have been very creative with what they're able to do virtually. So if you are at home on a certain day, just understand that the expectation is that you log in during the times that you're supposed to have those teachers, because it's very important that you guys are on there getting the same material or getting the same instruction that is taking place with the teacher that had students in front of them that day. Again, I know that it's tough because we're only scheduling weeks 1 and 2 for right now. When we get to the end of week 2, I will be putting out some more information to you guys as to what we want week 3 to look like, and any adjustments that need to be made as far as hopefully possible, add a day of school or the possibility of going from half days to full days, we will communicate all of that information to you guys in a timely fashion that we can kind of coordinate. Again, being a parent myself and, having students in a school, it's very tough to coordinate jobs and to coordinate things when you have little ones to take care of and you have a career that you have to, go to work and take care of business at home as well. So we get it and we understand, but unfortunately, this is the best that we can do at this time. Again, the Tuesday cohorts A through D, our Wednesday cohorts are E through K, Thursdays L through R, Friday is S through Z. So if you're an A through D, you are coming into the building. If you're a hybrid student, you will come into the building, you will go through your classes, you will go home. At 1 o'clock, you will sign on for your first hour. You're going to go to first, second, and third hour. Your E through K cohort, your L through R, and your S through Z, you guys are not expected to get on until 1 o'clock. So you guys will jump on at 1 to meet your first hour, your second hour, and your third hour. All right. And then on Wednesday, there's probably going to be what we call asynchronous work taking place. It might be things that the teachers gave you to do when you're at home, but that Wednesday, our E through K is coming into the building. Okay. Which means that you guys will be coming in, you'll be going through all of your classes, but our A through D, our L through R, our S through Z, you guys are all working from home on Wednesday, asynchronously, whatever work was assigned or activities that needed to be completed. And then on Thursday, our L through R comes in the building. You're going through all of your classes. Your A through D, E through K, S through Z. You guys will be all logging in the afternoon. You guys will be going to your 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th hour. Remember, it goes up to 7 because we have that advisory period. So that advisory doesn't count for anything when you're at home. It's only when we're in school. And again, it backs up to your lunches when we get to full days. So in reality, you have 6 instructional periods, not truly 7. It's just that advisory period's built in. Okay, on Friday, S through Z, you guys will be in the building, which means our cohorts A through D, E through K, and L through R, you guys will be doing some asynchronous work, whatever was given to you to have ready to go come Tuesday when you guys meet again. If there's anything that you guys need, please reach out to your teachers through Schoology or to their emails. And what we can do is set up office hour times. Monday is going to be set up to where you guys will have office hours created and you'll be able to contact your teacher to ask any questions. These first 2 weeks are going to be a big learning curve. The expectations are going to be much more involved this time around than they were back in March. Okay, so it's very important that you guys are logging in at the times you need to and that you are prepared and you're ready to go. Our 100% virtual students, you guys will be following very much the same schedule. So understand, in order for us to kind of stay on the same pace these first 2 weeks, we can't jump ahead if we're a 100% virtual student. There are going to be hours that you guys will be assigned. Obviously, you're going to log in at these times and you're going to meet with these teachers the first couple of weeks. After the first couple of weeks, I had sent out to you guys kind of a synchronous schedule, what it would look like and what hours you would sign in. We'll get to that as we get through the first 2 weeks, but I want this to be the focus the first 2 weeks. So if you're 100% virtual, Tuesday, tomorrow, you're going to log in at 8:35 and you're going to meet your first hour teacher and you'll do the same 2nd through 7th here, skipping your advisory time. Don't worry about advisory. That will be a time that you just take a short little break and then you'll log back in, whether it be your 4th hour, your 5th hour, whatever it lands on. Okay. When you take a look at your schedule, you'll be able to realize that and see that, and then you'll log into that teacher. I hope this clears some things up. I know it's a little bit confusing. I think that once we start getting into the flow of things, you guys will see what it's supposed to be these first 2 weeks. After these first 2 weeks, we're going to start rolling out the instructional piece and we're going to start digging into the academics a little bit more. But for now, What we need to go through for our hybrid students is kind of the procedures and policies that we've had to put in place due to COVID and how we're able to operate within the building to make sure that we're all safe and we're socially distancing. Our 100% virtual students, you guys will be focusing on this first week, how to be a successful student virtually. The second week of school, you guys will be doing some different activities virtually to try to prepare yourselves and to make sure that you guys are digging in and understanding the things that are going to be used as a virtual student. Our hybrid students, you guys will then start digging into the things that were talked about with our virtual students. But you guys will start talking about that week too. We need to start going through the other things that are most important because we're seeing you face to face in the building. Thank you guys for your time. I know this video is a little bit long. I know that we've sent a lot of information out to you the last week and a half, 2 weeks, and it's been pretty overwhelming. I can imagine. I have questions that come up, and I help build this thing, so I can only imagine how many questions you guys have when you're trying to digest all this information. So continue to ask questions if you have them. Hopefully this helps, and let's have a great school year. Wish everybody the best and stay safe.